Hi beautiful viewers, welcome back. In today's video we are drafting this basic decorative shape, so let's get started. The first thing I did here, I left a space of 0.5 to get my horizontal measurement, and the horizontal measurement which I'm working with is 12 inches. Now the next thing to take is my vertical measurement, and the length of the vertical measurement which I'm working with here is 7 inches, and also mark the other side also as 7 inches, then give it a straight row there. Afterwards, the next thing I did here is to divide it into two, that is to find the midpoint which is 6, then create horizontal line there, and the horizontal line which I will be working with is six and a half. I mean the slant shape which I will be working with there is 6.5 after finding the midpoint. So there I have the straight line. Here I have the slant shape which is 6.5, that is 6.5. Now the next thing I did here is to alter this point, I mean this edge here, to get that shape as seen in the picture. I'm just trying to alter the line to give it a little bit curve shape. The next thing I'm trying to do here is also to create same line which I did at the beginning, but at this point I'm giving it 1 inch. You can as well decide to make yours 2 inches. It depends on how wide you want it. So here I'm just marking each edges 1 inch, that is each point 1 inch, to have a balance point. You can as well decide to make yours 3 inches, 4 inches. It depends on how wide you want your shape to be. But in for this pattern and for this tutorial, I'm just using 1 inch, that is to minimize the space that's. Now here I'm also trying to alter that point also to have a bit curve shape, that is a pointed edges, not a pointed, like a bit curve shape.
So now we have the shape. So let's assume you want it just in this block form. The next step I need to do, you don't need to like cut anything, but assuming you want it to be a bit shape just as seen in the picture. So the next thing to do now is to divide this inner box into a triangle rectangle. So let's check what I'm doing. So the next thing here I need to do is just to find the midpoint. The midpoint. So now I have the length here. The length I'm having here is 8. So the midpoint here is 4. This is the point, this is the midpoint. Then I'll come to this side also. Then to find the midpoint, I have like 9. So 9 into 2, I have 9.25 at the inner box. So 9.25 in the inner box, then the midpoint of it will go like 4.75. So this is the midpoint. So now the next thing I have to do to divide this. Now we have this. So this is the point. This point. Like we are just trying to connect the edges, like the points. So yeah, so we are connecting this edge, edge. Let's cut.
Afterwards, dividing each angle to triangle, right angle, the next thing to find something to punch each line, then use your scissors to cut it out. While cutting, be careful not to exceed that point. I mean that edges where we marked, because if you altered that point there, that means you have to make another new pattern. So while cutting, one have to be careful about those points, I mean that edges, to stop at that point. Now we have our shape. At this point, just place on your fabric that you are working with and add a sewing allowance of ½ inch round both the inner and the outer part. Include ½ inch sewing allowance. So that's it, and we have our basic shape on our beautiful fabric.
Thanks for always staying tuned to this channel. I love and appreciate you all. God bless you.